here's my thinking. Thank you for all tuning in, before I forget. My sweet corn, which is, you know, I usually plant Silver Queen. The patch is over here and I've chisel plowed it and stuff. I want to get it in a bed. I may not be able to do it all today, but we'll be able to cut it today. I want to get it in a bed so when the time comes, and as you guys follow the channel, and some of you already seen how I do things, when the time comes to plant it, I don't want to have to worry about cutting it or anything. I'll put the scrape blade on the tractor, we'll knock the bed down, we'll plant it, we'll be ready to go. So I want to get that kind of prepped up. It's not, I mean, it's, what's today's date, Will? 23rd of March. It's probably not going to get really nothing to speak of as far as green on it by the time I plant it. And if I have to, I can freshen the rolls up a little bit. But so that's what we're going to do. We're going to hook up to the disc and unhook this chisel plow. So come on over with us to the barn and we'll get it done. Alright guys, I thought I'd show not a lot, but there's quite a few viewers noticed. So if you'll see that disc right now, that disc is pointed down further in the front than it is the back. Now, when I take this arm here, hold on. What I use the center bar right here to raise the back end up higher. When I take that center bar and I level it out, it's still a little bit higher in the front, in the back, than it is the front. And that's all because I don't have the bale hooked to the floorboard of the tractor. I hope that comes out all right on video, talking over the tractor. But, and let me cut it off. So get a lot of questions, you know, hey, your disc ain't level. I could get it level. I just, for one thing, I use that center link a lot. And I leave it on there because I'm doing different things. And it does allow me to get the disc up out of the ground a little higher. I could do stuff like, you know, I probably could screw this in a little bit further. And that would get it out of the ground. Matter of fact, I think we'll do that. I don't like it being on the threads. But that's answer the question sometimes I get, you know, why is your disc not level? It's just because you got IH ways of doing things, and you got the way Jtwes does it. It still cuts fine for me, and I just don't make the changes that I probably should make if I want everything perfectly level and stuff like that. I just don't take the time to do it. This little disc here it's a pretty light disc, little angle iron design. I think I want to say F35 disc, as I have a manual on it. Don't quote me on the actual model number, but I want to say F35. But I picked it up in Alabama. Drove all the way to Alabama to get this booger. And what I liked about it is it had the cleaners, and it wasn't, you know, bent all to pieces. I noticed the last time I used it, one of these gangs was not, it may be that one. Of course, that's the scraper scraping on it there. They wasn't running as good as the other ones. But it's a pretty beautiful day out, and what I'm hoping to do here is these clods are not hard at all, and I'm hoping they'll cut up smooth and nice, and get it cut up today, get it aired out real good, and hopefully we can bed it here in the next day or so. But it's gardening season, and it's slowly starting. You know, we get 1 week good weather and 1 week cold weather. Was the graph okay, Will? Mm-hmm. Okay. What, did it still have buds? We may try to take a sneak peek of that before we let you go. It went through 2 nights at 25, 26 degrees. We put a pillowcase over it because a lot of you guys said pillowcase would, you know, keep it from freezing. But what we're hoping to get out of this garden, if you're following along, and by the way, not this video, and I just noticed it today when I was checking on a couple things, not this video, but the video of chisel plowing the Hastings was our 300th video. I didn't realize that. I probably would have said something about it on that video, but 300 video, good. Oh man, I enjoy it, and I'm thankful for it. But just, if you follow along this year, you'll see us, you know, when we get this corn up and how we get it ready. I mean, you don't have to do things exactly like I do it, but you get the general idea of what's going on. We got a load up for plow day. We had a live the other night, and I appreciate everybody coming on it. I had actually made the chisel plow video before I did the live, so this is the first time I've made a video since the live. So I think, where's he going? I thank everybody for tuning in, and on a live, let me mention this before I forget. On a live, if you make a comment and maybe I don't see it, or maybe my train of thought is on something else, or I may be thinking about answering a question that somebody else had just asked, and if I don't respond directly or something, I don't want nobody to take it as, oh well, he just don't care about what I said. I do, guys. When you do a live, you're about half nervous anyway. A whole lot nervous than I am now. This is nothing now. And I just don't want somebody to think, you know, I want to recognize everybody on the live, especially if somebody types in something. So just know that, guys, it's nothing, you know, nothing like, well, I'm just not going to respond to him or her or whoever it might be. It's nothing to do with that. It's just, you're in the moment on that live, and just sometimes, you know, things slip your mind, and you think, you watch it back later and you think about it, you know, oh man, you know, that person said this, and you didn't even think nothing about it. So it's nothing like that. I don't know where we hit there, but right in the middle of recording, and Will said it stopped the whole phone, was an Amber Alert. I didn't know that it would stop the recording, but we learned something. So Amber Alert will stop your phone from recording. We were talking about the live was 720, and so I'm trying to find out, looking at YouTube, how to get my iPhone to do a live in 1080 at least. And it was because of some of you guys have TVs you watch it on, and so I want to try to get the best resolutions, because the bigger that screen is, the more a lower resolution kind of shows up as not looking too good. So I'm gonna try to get it best we can for you. But I reckon what we'll do, let's cut a little bit, and we'll see how it's cutting up. And you know, like I said, maybe take notice of how it's pulling a little bit front heavy, back up a little bit. But that's, again, that's because I had the center link on. And we'll probably try to cut this twice, if not 3 times. I want to try to cut it up real good and let it air out all day tomorrow, and hopefully we can put it in the bed tomorrow. Oh, before I forget, this wouldn't be a house cleaning item, would it, Will? Is that what we call it, house cleaning? No. Maybe a house debate. Oh man, that wind's on that tarp over there. So, y'all drop a comment, let me know what, yay or nay. Lino absolutely discourages me from wearing this shirt. She said it's a terrible shirt. So y'all leave a comment whether you think it's a terrible shirt, if it's an okay shirt. It'll be interesting. How does your best YouTube channel say it, Will?
Bring the thunder.
Bring the thunder. Talk about a couple things. Excuse me. This little section here, so that's working up real good on down there. That'll probably work up pretty good. But this, it's about 20 feet here of the first 1, 2, say 3 rolls. It is always, it's got a lot of clay in it, and it always has worked up cloddy. I wanted to mention another thing that will benefit me by putting it up in a bed. Is if we get a couple of rains on it, inside that bed, those clods will become soft, and they'll almost, they will, when I go to knock it down with the scrape blade, even though I bedded it with a lot of clods in it, in this section, it will mush out, spread out, so to speak, and when you run that planter on it, it won't be just clods. It'll be a softer dirt to work with. So that, I mean, that's what you got to deal with. I mean, there's a lot of folks, sometimes I wished I had one, a rotor tiller. I personally am a little scared of them. In the sense is I fear, it's okay if you're in some real good soil, some good topsoil. But if you got little pieces like this right here that have some clay in it and some pretty heavy soil, I'm afraid that sometimes it makes powder out of it, and when it runs back together after a rain, it is hard as a brick. And I have seen that because I have actually run a rotor tiller a couple times through some of these gardens, and yeah, it makes for a wonderful planting situations. I mean, you get some real good planting soil on it. I was looking down. I call these, since my subscribers are plant experts, this one has a root on it. And I see these a lot in the fields. Almost got a cabbage looking leaf, but it's got a nice root. I call it, I've always called them wild sweet potatoes. Now I know you guys are going to set me straight and let me know I was wrong, and that's fine. I want you to. What is this one? I call that a wild sweet potato, but it's got a, like a, almost looks like you ought to be able to eat it. I don't know if you can, but it looks like you ought to be able to eat it. So y'all tell me what that is. Let's cut some more. I think it did pretty good, guys. It mellowed on that. We're gonna cut it. That was kind of a double cut. When I went down with the disc, I put the center of the tractor where the outside edge of the disc was. So you're double cutting half of it. And then, you know, you keep doing that all the way across, so you end up double cutting it. So that's kind of a double cut there. We're gonna do one more cut. We're gonna slick it off where we run from disc edge to disc edge, maybe a little bit over. Probably put the wheel right in the disc edge. And I think we'll be ready to bed it, and look forward to bringing that video to you on bedding it, and we'll put some plow points and disc on it and stuff. Everybody hang in there. It's still a volatile world. I drive a lot on the interstate. I see tons of anger on the interstate. Have to do the best I can not to get angered on the interstate. I'm not gonna lie to you there. But y'all just hang in there. When, you know, I don't want nobody to think, I really mean it when I said God loves you and God bless you. He does love you, and I don't take that lightly, guys. And it's so easy to get what's the word I'm looking for? Almost anxiety in this world, big time. And just put your thoughts and prayers on him, and he'll take that from you. And I got to do I have to, I don't like using the word preach because I'm not a preacher by no means. I have to bring a message for the church couple Wednesdays from now, Wednesday night service. Preacher's going to be going out of town for a couple weeks, and so he's getting different men to do different nights, and I told him I'd do that Wednesday night, so I got to come up with something there. And I thought about, I've heard Peter walked on water. Jesus said, come out here, and he said, can I come out there too? You said, yeah, come on. And he walked on it, which is far more than any of us could ever do. And he started sinking a little bit. And I hear that preached a lot, and I'm sure you guys have too. You've heard it preached where, Peter took his eye off of Jesus and he started sinking. Don't take your eye off of Jesus, yeah. But I'm telling you, I've always had a heart for Peter there that, he had enough faith in him to even try it. Yeah, he sunk a little bit, but hey, he also did something none of us has ever done. He physically grasped the hand of Jesus physically. And that's something I don't think very few people in the Bible has ever done. And, I kind of have a heart for Peter too. And I think he's wonderful. Yeah, I know he took his eye off of Jesus. I don't know, I was thinking about that the other day. But, he still walked on water. But anyway, we'll get this bedded up. Y'all have a good week, safe week. Not this may be a week before I get back to you, but just hope you have a good day, good couple of days till the next video. So God bless you. We'll see you.